Hello everyone, you are on the channel, It's Funny to Tears. Today, we're diving into a situation we've all secretly dreaded, a modern-day horror story that unfolds in a small metal box, the elevator button panic. You know what I'm talking about. That split second of pure, unadulterated terror when you realize you've pressed the wrong floor button. Picture this, you're in a crowded elevator. It's morning rush hour. Everyone's a bit sleepy, a bit grumpy, and definitely in a hurry. You step in, juggling your coffee, your laptop bag, and your dignity. You reach out, aim for your floor. Let's say it's the 10th floor. But at the last second, someone bumps your elbow and your finger lands squarely on 25. The penthouse. The one with the rooftop garden you're definitely not invited to. The button lights up like a beacon of your failure. You freeze. Your heart does this little stutter step thing. A cold sweat breaks out on your forehead. Do you confess? Do you loudly announce, "Oops, wrong floor, my bad everyone," and become the star of everyone's morning inconvenience? No, that's what a well-adjusted, confident person would do. And where's the fun in that? Instead, you enter phase 1 of the panic. Complete and utter denial. You stare at the illuminated 25, willing it to turn off. Maybe if you stare hard enough, you can use telekinesis to undo your mistake. You even give it a little secret poke, as if that's the secret code to cancel the command. It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. Now you've just poked the button twice, confirming to the elevator's mainframe that you are absolutely 100% serious about visiting the 25th floor. So you move on to phase 2, strategic camouflage. You immediately avert your eyes from the button panel. You become intensely interested in your shoes. Are they tied? Yes, they are, but you check again. You pull out your phone and start scrolling with the focus of a brain surgeon, pretending to be absorbed in a very important email that definitely isn't just your photo gallery from 3 years ago. You try to blend into the background, hoping everyone assumes someone else, someone more penthousey, pressed that button. The elevator starts its ascent. 5, 6, 7. Each floor that dings by is another nail in your social coffin. You can feel the eyes. Or maybe you can't, but you're so paranoid, you're convinced every single person is silently judging you. Who's this amateur going to 25, they're thinking. Doesn't look like a penthouse person, the shoes are all wrong. Then comes the moment of truth. The elevator reaches your actual floor, the 10th. The doors slide open, revealing your path to freedom. But you can't get out. You're committed. You've made your bed on the 25th floor, and now you have to lie in it. Getting off now would be an admission of guilt. It would be like yelling, "Yes, it was me, I am the button blunderer." So you stand there, rooted to the spot, as someone else gets off. You might even give them a little nod, a look that says, "You go on ahead, I have important business." Way up there, the doors close, and the journey continues. 11. 12. It's just you and a few others now. The tension is palpable, or at least it is in your head. You start to concoct a backstory. Why are you going to 25? I'm, a freelance botanist here to inspect the rooftop garden's rare Himalayan blue poppies. Or maybe, I'm delivering a very small, very important package to the CEO. It's a single high-security paperclip. The more elaborate the lie, the more you believe it yourself. You start to feel a little bit important. Yes, that's it. You belong on the 25th floor. The elevator continues its climb. 18, 19, 20. The higher you go, the more ridiculous the situation becomes. You've now wasted several precious minutes of your life, all because you were too socially awkward to admit a simple mistake. But there's no turning back. Finally, the elevator dings. Floor 25. The doors open to a pristine, silent, marble-floored lobby. It's empty. There are no blue poppies. There is no CEO waiting for a paperclip. It's just you and the silent judgment of a very expensive-looking ficus tree in the corner. You have two choices. Choice A, the walk of shame. You step out, wait for the doors to close, and immediately press the down button, praying that the same people who rode up with you don't get in the car going down. The risk of a second encounter is too much to bear. What would you even say? The Poppy inspection was swift. Choice B is the more daring option, the pretense. You step out of the elevator with purpose. You stride confidently down the hallway, as if you know exactly where you're going. You might even check your watch and nod, as if you're perfectly on time for your very important, very fake meeting. You turn a corner, find a little alcove or a fire exit, and wait. You count to 60, maybe 120, to make it seem like your meeting was brief but successful. Then, you casually walk back to the elevator, a new person, a person who has concluded their business on the 25th floor. Whichever path you choose, the ride down is the victory lap. You get back in the elevator, press your actual floor button, this time with surgical precision, and you ride down, a champion of social awkwardness. You survived. You navigated the treacherous waters of the elevator button panic and lived to tell the tale. And here's the funniest part. 9 times out of 10, nobody even noticed. They were all too busy having their own internal panics, probably about whether they left the stove on or thinking about what to have for lunch. Your grand drama was a one-person show. But let's be honest, where's the fun in that? It's much funnier to imagine it as a high-stakes social thriller. And what about when you're the one who presses all the buttons by accident? Imagine leaning back and your backpack just plays a symphony on the control panel. Suddenly, every single floor is lit up. The elevator stops at 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, you have no choice but to embrace the chaos. You become the unofficial tour guide. All right, folks, next stop, the 3rd floor, home of accounting. Always a thrill. Don't forget to get your souvenirs. You either become a legend or the most hated person in the building for the next 10 minutes. There's no in between. I once saw a kid in an elevator with his mom. He had that gleam in his eye, the one that says, "I am about to cause maximum delightful chaos." Before his mom could stop him, he ran his hand down the entire panel. Every single button. The mom went pale. The other passengers let out a collective silent groan. But the kid? The kid just stood back, beaming with pride, like he'd just painted the Sistine Chapel. You couldn't even be mad. It was a masterpiece of mischief. We all took a very, very long ride up, stopping at every single floor. It became a weird bonding experience. We started chatting, getting to know each other. By the time I got to my floor, I knew the life story of a guy named Dave and had a new recipe for banana bread. Maybe that kid was onto something. Maybe the elevator button panic is just a way for the universe to force us to slow down and connect with our fellow humans. Or maybe it's just really, really funny to watch someone squirm when they realize they're going to the wrong floor. Either way, it's a universal experience that connects us all in our shared, silent, awkward panic. So next time you're in an elevator and you press the wrong button, don't panic. Or, do panic and then come and tell us all about it in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories of elevator-related triumph and disaster. What's the most awkward elevator ride you've ever had? Let us know. Thanks for hanging out with me today on It's Funny to Tears. If you enjoyed this little ride, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more laughs. We post new videos every week, so ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, stay funny and maybe take the stairs. It's better for your heart and your social anxiety. Bye, everyone.